Okay, there we go. Now we're recording. Good evening. Welcome to the new Ambassador Training 101 series, week 3. We're sharing Plexus and more. My name is Stephanie Groutas, and I'm so glad to have you joining me here this evening. Let me get started with a screen share here, and we will get rolling. All right. So, new Ambassador Training 101 series, week 3, sharing Plexus and more. What we've covered in the 101 series so far is, if you're joining us now for the first time tonight, we're going to just recap a little bit what we've covered. In week 1, Kim covered the nuts and bolts of Plexus. She introduced us to the new Success Kit and talked about the importance of establishing and sharing your why, as well as setting goals and formulating a plan of action. We learned about creating a Frank's list, how to build belief in our products and business opportunity, and she encouraged us to create a database of Plexus testimonies. In week 2, last week, Megan covered the basic information on all our amazing products and encouraged us to each be a product of the products. Today, we will cover how to share Plexus in relationships, as well as how to share using social media. We will talk about the how-tos of smart and strategic posting and give you a basic framework to utilize. In conclusion, we'll highlight important resources for you that you'll want to use, like the Plexus Learning Center, YouTube channels, and opportunity calls. So let's get started. First things first, relationships and sharing are supposed to be from the heart, always. In this business, the number one thing to remember is that your relationship with people comes first. Sharing starts with being relational and developing relationships. Network marketing is relationship marketing. Nurturing your relationships and sending the message that the relationship is important no matter what is the key. It's about building trust. Sharing has to come from your heart. No matter how you share, being genuine and sincere in helping people and putting the relationship first is most important. You need to ask questions. Find out what their why would be for Plexus. When you know what someone is struggling with, you can then share with them a Plexus success story that connects to their heart. This is the best way to share. This is why it is so important to create that database of Plexus testimonies that Kim talked about in week 1. Use those stories. Facts tell, but stories sell. And why is that? It's because stories give people hope for what they need and want. We truly are dealers in hope more than we are sellers of products. Take the pressure off of your relationships, of people. Don't be salesy or pushy. Instead, simply share why you believe our products or our business opportunity could truly change someone's life. When you share with strangers, be genuine. Use a product sample card and ask them if they have friends or family members that struggle with blood sugar issues or any of the other health struggles that our products address. Remember, it isn't about you. It's about them. The spotlight in conversation should be on them 80% of the time, which means that you should be listening 80% of the time. This can sometimes be a challenge for me because I get really excited about what our products have done for me or for other people. So I have to be careful not to get overzealous about, sharing and telling a story and how I think this can do this or that, but instead just really, really listening, really asking lots of questions, and honestly, just hearing people. When people feel heard, it makes them feel really valued. And like I said, relationships and making people feel valued is the most important thing in this business. So then also, if you need conversation starters or just a guide to help you in some of the things to say, check out our chapter 6, right here, chapter 6 of our success guide. It highlights great conversation starters that you can use. Okay. So next, social media is a powerful tool. Though we'll focus on Facebook, the concepts for all of social media remain the same. But it's not the only tool. Even though social media is a huge, powerful tool, it's not the only tool. And it's only powerful when it's used correctly. A method of connecting with your network, your friends, your family, and your acquaintances. It's just a method and a tool. It is a way to introduce people to Plexus and lead people to a private conversation about Plexus and how Plexus can help them. Posting on social media does not mean you're holding a golden ticket. I don't get people to purchase from me because I post. My friends buy Plexus or join my team because I have a trusted relationship with them. It's the relationship that I have built with people over the years that is what causes them to trust me when I am able to share with them about Plexus. So that's the key, and you need to remember that, and then know that social media is just one way to help kind of plant the seeds for someone to be interested. Since Facebook is our primary tool for so many, that's what we're going to focus on tonight. So, first of all, once you start sharing on social media, you've opened that door and you have to be consistent. People are watching. They're watching all the time. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to be consistent with your posting no matter what. When people, even though people aren't liking or commenting on your posts, they're watching, they're reading, and they're looking to see if this is going to really be something that you continue to stick with. It will be all about timing as to when they reach out to you. Eventually, you will make a post that will strike a nerve with them. It'll connect to their heart. And so that's why it's so important for you, for each of us, to actually balance our expectations versus reality. Oftentimes, ambassadors quit too soon because they expected a flood of customers and team members just by posting on social media a few times. And it takes time. It takes connecting in person. It takes connecting on social media. Think about it. How long did you watch your sponsor post before you joined their team? We have to give that same grace to our audience. Too often someone will expect, so much to happen, a flood of messages after they first start posting, but yet it may have taken them like 18 months of watching their sponsor before they actually reached out. I know for me, it took Jen and Cody both 2 years of being in a relationship with me, and I've known them, I've known Cody almost my entire life, and Jen since we were 18. And it still took 2 years of her telling me about Plexus, talking to me about Plexus, not saying anything to me about Plexus, and just doing her own thing with it. All of that. I mean, living in the same neighborhood, being involved together in multiple ways before I finally, decided, okay, I'll do this. I'll give this a try. I'll do it for 2 months. If it really helps me, then maybe I'll share about it, but I really don't want to sell it. And now look, here is where I am. And my only regret is that I didn't start sooner. So remember your own story. and don't get, don't get discouraged if you're not gaining the momentum that you expect. That's why we have to balance that expectation with reality. So not being consistent also sends a message. So if you're not being consistent with your posts, that can send a message that you're not committed, that you're not really passionate about it, that it's just a phase, or that you're not really into it. So being consistent makes a difference. Not being consistent communicates something that you don't want communicated. All right. We always, always, always need to be positive on social media. Now that you have started this business of network marketing and you are sharing about it on your personal page, then you have to approach your personal page as a business page and recognize that you want to be the kind of person that other people would want to join or order from. So you always want to be positive. On your wall, on team pages, on group pages, positivity is the key. It's applicable everywhere on social media. I love this. So if you have a problem, face it. Don't Facebook it. Life isn't always roses and rainbows. I'm one to know that for sure. But airing things out on social media is not the place. Be real and vulnerable, but do not whine, complain, vent, curse, none of that on social media. Present yourself honestly, but positively on social media. Now we're going to talk about engaging your network. Comments boost newsworthy status, okay? Getting comments on a post tells the Facebook gods that the post is newsworthy and bumps the post in friends' news feeds. Understand this. Comments do this more than likes. So when you see a fellow ambassador has posted, don't just like their post. It takes just a few more seconds to add a comment that is a encouraging comment that goes along with the post. And the more comments a post has, the more likely that post is going to get attention in anyone's newsfeed, anyone who's friends with the person who posted it. Also, engagement tells the Facebook algorithms that you really know a person. So your posts will show up in their newsfeed, and their posts will show up in your newsfeed if you've been engaging with their posts. The more you engage with someone on Facebook, the more likely it is for them to see what you're posting. What tends to happen oftentimes is we begin to friend more and more Plexus friends on Facebook so that we can help each other with posts and comments. You may notice that your Facebook feed then starts to fill up and become predominantly Plexus people. So in order to make sure that you are constantly engaging people outside of the Plexus business, then it is really important to create a non-Plexus friends list. When you do that, then you're able to isolate the news feed of those people, and it makes it easier for you to comment and engage with them, because you've got to make sure that you're engaging with them in order for them to then also get your posts in their newsfeed as well. And then also, you want another way to engage people that are outside of Plexus is to make sure and do like a call to action type of Facebook post, call to action comment that's totally non-Plexus. This helps like boost your interaction with those people. So here's an example of a call to action post. I love this. I know Jennifer personally. I loved it when she posted this. I of course, did what we do in Plexus, and I copied it and posted it in my own as well, and it's just great. Gap just informed me that this is stylish for spring. What do you think? I can't remember how many comments that she got on this post, but I know when I used it, I got a ton of comments from people that I didn't even know were seeing my posts. So it's great. That's exactly the type of thing that you want to do on a regular basis in order to engage people that are outside of Plexus. So passion and excitement. Facebooking is blogging, all right? Your Facebook post should reflect excitement for Plexus and other things that you love. Passion is contagious, and your audience should know what your passions are. Adding value by posting encouraging, educational, and you will attract them to Plexus. So blogging, I mean, Facebook posting about your kids or about your dog or anything that you're interested in. If you go for a hike, post about your hike, something you saw that day. People will want a part of what you are doing. You will attract them to our products and some of them to our business. Balance. Do not blast your social media community with Plexus all day, every day. We want balance in our posting and in social media. Again, it's all about engaging your audience. You have to think about who you're friends with, who your audience is, and post according to that. Post things that are going to engage them. So a ratio is a personal decision, like your non-Plexus to Plexus post ratio. That's totally your personal decision. Some people do 2 Plexus to 1 personal a day. Some people do 1 Plexus to 2 personal a day. Some do 1 to 1. That ratio is your decision, but we are going to give you a little framework to work off of. So let's get personal here. I mean personal about Plexus. You have to connect to the heart. You have to tell stories, okay? Just like we said before, information tells, stories sell. You have to avoid ad-like posts. The right side of your screen, if you're on Facebook on a computer, not on your phone or an iPad, but on your computer, then the right side of the screen is all ads. You don't want to fill up your news feed with something that looks like those ads. People are just going to scroll right past and ignore it. So here is a great example of a personal post, all right, from Erg. She says, my mom had bought these jeans for me a few years back, and I had thought, honestly, Mother, there will never be a time for me to get in these. Yet I kept them because I really, really liked them. Good thing I did. My secret is really not a secret. Hashtag ready to be with my boy. Okay, so even though this post ultimately is all about Plexus and how she got into her skinny jeans that she thought she would never get into, she never mentions Plexus. She makes it all personal. It's a great one. So here we are. We're going to connect to the heart, like I said, tell stories, avoid ad-like posts. Commenting etiquette. This is key. So as an ambassador, if you are going to comment on another ambassador's post, it always needs to be something that is an uplifting comment to that post. If you're struggling with your Plexus journey, it is not that commenting on another ambassador's post is not a place to do it. For example, which this has been done, an ambassador makes a post about Plexus, something that they're trying to engage their community, their people with, and another ambassador sees it, as someone maybe who's a new ambassador, and says, oh, I've been, on the products now for a month and I'm still not feeling better. What do you think I should do? Well, that's not the place. Doing that in someone else, in the comments of someone else's post, is not the place to do that. PMing them personally would be a much better way to do that. Or go to your upline, whatever you need to do. But anytime we comment on another ambassador's post, it needs to be something that is validating the post that the ambassador has posted. So also, when you're posting, you want to post about your own personal experience. For me, I'm able to say that before Plexus, every morning when I woke up and put my feet on the floor, I had shooting pain from the bottom of my feet all the way up. And now I get up in the morning and I hit the ground running. Those are the types of things that people want to hear. They want to hear how Plexus has changed your life. Even if it's just that you have more energy today than you had this time 2 months ago. Post about those things. And ditch the whole message me with your web or putting your web link in your post. People will see your post, and if they want to know something about it, they will message you. You don't need to put that in there. You don't need to hashtag message me, nothing like that. And you don't need to add your web link either, because honestly, it just feels salesy, like, hey, listen to this, now go to my website. And the best way, honestly, if you want to be able to share your website, is to hashtag your website, okay? And so that's why it's really great. A great alternative is to get yourself a domain name. You can use GoDaddy, purchase a domain for really inexpensive, link it directly to your Shop My Plexus site, and then when you hashtag, you don't have to put the long Shop My Plexus, / your name or whatever. You just hashtag your website. So for Jen Hawkins, hers is hashtag denverpaintdrink.com. Great. That is a great way to be able to share your website, is by hashtagging. And hashtagging really is important, you guys. If you have not utilized hashtagging in your Facebook posts or Instagram posts, it really is important, because what it does, if you don't know what hashtagging does, it's basically like a file. And so when you hashtag something, say you write your post and you hashtag Plexus, anytime someone sees that hashtag and clicks on the little hashtag Plexus, it will bring up all the posts that are hashtagged with that hashtag. So it's a really great tool, because it'll bring up other people's posts that have the same hashtag as well, and so that your audience is able to read all the things that are out there with that same hashtag. I would encourage you, if you haven't been using them, to use them, and to also learn how to use them correctly. Some people really abuse them. It can be funny, but it's best to use them in the right way. So here we go. Be authentic. That is the main thing. In life, in relationships, and on social media. Be authentic. It's just that simple. And here is a great example of an authentic post by Lori Harrison. Marriage is not bliss. In fact, if someone tells you that, question their judgment. Sometimes marriage is toleration, but on days like today, when I've been out of town all week, and my man is spending his Sunday outside working on a tedious cabinet project for my vintage remodel, while I just chat his leg off, well, he's my best friend, and today, marriage is bliss. So that is an awesome example of authenticity right there. So, recommendations for smart and strategic posting. Here we go. Many ambassadors start posting frequently, but they are not posting smart or strategically, which could be why it isn't working. Here we're going to suggest a strategy to post smart and engaging. one non-Plexus post every day. And you want it to be interesting or funny. Here's a great one from Cody. It says, another reason why I keep dodging Pepper's daily request for a dog, with the little comment. Some people have backyards that are sanctuaries for relaxation and reflection. I've got a giant dog toilet that I have to mow. It's a great, silly, funny post right there. So one of those a day. Next, one Plexus post every day and make it personal. Make it personal or add a personal spin on it. And also you want to mix up your messages. Think about who your audience is. Do you have plenty of people in your audience on Facebook that you're engaging with that need to know about gut health? Make a post about gut health. And then tomorrow, make a post about energy, because you know all the new moms, all they need is energy. You know, we all need more energy to keep up with our lives. Do you have people that are struggling financially? Make a financial post. Mix up those messages. Here's a great example of a couple of personal Plexus posts. Stephanie's is all about Plexus energy. And she says, this is Plexus energy, 3 miles done. There you go. So that is that's an example of a personal post. And then when you look at Jenny's, what she's done is she has shared someone else's post. It's 2 posts in one. So Heather posted about resigning from her 70 to 80 hour a week job and being able to be at home with her kids. And so Jenny shared the post, but she added a personal comment. And this is really important. If you're going to share someone else's post, first of all, their post has to be a public post so that your audience can see it. If their post is set to only their friends can see it, then you sharing it means the only people that are going to see it that you're friends with are the friends that that person's friends with. So really the best way to share is to make sure that you're sharing a post that's set to public. Otherwise, it's really not worth sharing. But you can share any post that's set to public and share it, and all the people that you're friends with will be able to read it. And it's super important, obviously, to put your own personal spin on it. So 2 times a week, you're going to want to do the call to comment type of post. This is the type of post that engages and draws in your non-Plexus audience. Back to it's like the culottes. So anything like that. Anything that is basically asking a question. I've seen people post about, would you rather vacation on the beach or in the mountains? And they have a picture of one or the other. You know, or which type of Christmas tree is your favorite? Colored lights, white lights, you know, those types of things. So engaging those types of posts are important to do twice a week. And then also you want to do a Plexus engaging post once a week. So here we go. Tell me, how has Plexus changed your life? Tell me Tuesday. Tell me what you love about Plexus. This is where it is really key to have other friends that are in Plexus with you. So you need to friend your team, friend people on your team, and then make sure that you comment on one another's posts, because your people are reading those comments. The people that aren't on Plexus that see those posts, they read those comments, they want to know that you're not the only person. At this point, you may be the only person that they know that has anything to do with Plexus. So it's really validating of you when you have other people that are commenting and posting, and it helps them create, have more interest. Expand your audience. This is really important. You want to build new relationships and aim to add 2 new people a week. And this is not a hard thing to do. You always want to be looking to build new relationships with people all the time. Meet new people, talk to people about out and about. You're expanding your network so that you can introduce Plexus to even more people. One way to do this is maybe when you meet, if your child's in preschool or in kindergarten or whatever, you meet a parent of their friend, you immediately get their information. You take a picture of the kids together on the playground doing something fun, and then that way you can friend them on Facebook and tag them, and it's for the purpose of them getting the picture of their child. And then now they're automatically going to start seeing your Plexus information on Facebook as well. You want to nurture social media relationships. Okay, follow up on friendship. If you haven't spoken to someone in years, don't just immediately contact them to join your team or buy products. That is such a turnoff. Instead, check in just with them. Follow up on the friendship. See how they're doing. Start engaging them on social media. Don't only engage with people about Plexus. It's important to engage with people about life in general. So much of what we're talking about is just how to establish and maintain healthy relationships. And then as you're doing that, it becomes natural that you would want to share Plexus with them because you care about them. And we know as Plexus ambassadors that if we really care for someone, we want them to be healthy, and we want them to be financially free if that's what they want. And so, being able to just be in relationship with people, then the sharing Plexus should come naturally after you've really nurtured the relationship. You want to wish people happy birthday on Facebook, engage in their life events, be genuine and sincere. That is going to help in every way. As long as your friends know that you care about them and don't feel like you're just trying to sell them something, then that makes all the difference. Nurturing relationships applies to social media too. Just like we nurture our relationships with our family and with the people that are in our daily lives, nurturing your relationship with people on social media is important. If you do directly approach someone through Facebook about Plexus, be sincere and genuine about how Plexus may help them. Daily strive for the following: consistency, positivity, get personal, tell stories to make a heart connection, engage your audience, expand your audience, and be genuine and nurture relationships. And stick with it. Give it time and use social media correctly as a tool and not a golden ticket. In conclusion, here are a list of valuable resources for you to utilize in order to learn and to grow your business. The PlexusLearningCenter.com has products, opportunity calls, diamond documentaries. Those are all things that you want to use to create that database that we were talking about, as well as be able to share those with potential customers and potential ambassadors. PlexusPowerTools.com has templates and information that is just, to me, it's so valuable, and it's a minimal yearly fee of $10, and it's worth so much more. If you haven't joined Plexus Power Tools, do it. It's been the best resource for my business personally, in just communicating with people. Then the back office communications tab has your multimedia library. MyPlexusPrint.com, where you can order business cards and sample cards, and there's a link in your back office. And then there's a lot of Etsy shops that have compliance approved print material. The YouTube channels that you want to subscribe to are Plexus Worldwide, Plexus U, Amy Darling, Jennifer Pickett, Tamara Holloway, Melissa Eichenhorst, Jen Hawkins, which includes a bunch of the Skeptical Spouses interviews with Cody, and they're great. Sarah Marble, Sonia Dudley, and Tim and Michelle Thomas. They host Rock the Pink Live weekly. It's great. So these are the tools that you want to use. The most successful ambassadors are the most self-sufficient ones. Dive in and start self-educating, and then put into practice what you learn. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I just hope that you will do that. Be an ambassador that is batteries included. I love that. Can't remember who I heard it from, but the ambassadors that are self-sufficient, that are batteries included, are the ambassadors that are going to be most successful. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.